Hello, friends and viewers, and welcome to my Samantha character guide. Samantha's trait is Pious Prayer. With this trait, healing received by all other allies within 3 tiles of Samantha is increased by 30%. If you have any other healers deployed, their healing will be stronger. When an ally is injured after receiving a single target attack, Samantha will consume 1 energy to heal them for a percentage of her magical attack. At star level 1 and 2, this can trigger a limited number of times per round. From star level 3 onward, this can trigger as many times as Samantha has energy. Her initial skill is Soul Soothing. With a 0 energy cost and no cooldown, at the bare minimum, Samantha has the liberty to choose between casting a basic attack or heal with Soul Soothing. This skill allows Samantha the ability to regularly cast an active heal, while conserving her energy for Pious Prayer or Devout Faith, a rank 5 reaction skill option. At rank 1, I recommend Energy Restoration. With Energy Restoration, Samantha will restore 2 to 3 energy per turn. She can quickly spend energy with Pious Prayer and or Devout Faith, so Energy Restoration helps maintain a healthy energy pool. Light of Judgment is the only single target attack that Samantha can learn, dealing 140% magical damage, then performs a single target global heal on the lowest HP percentage ally in battle. Actively casting this means taking away energy that could be used on Pious Prayer or Devout Faith. If having some damaging power is an important quality to you, feel free to consider learning this. At rank 3, I recommend Radiant Stamp with the Costalia for Divine Wrath. Radiant Stamp is Samantha's learnable AoE heal. This skill heals all allies within 2 tiles of the target for 40% of her magical attack, and the central target receives an additional 40% of healing. All targets healed gain Damage 1 and Physical Defense 1 buffs for 2 turns. External damage buffs are actually somewhat rare, so this is also a minor power increase. Divine Wrath deals damage in a 5-tile straight line and costs 0 energy. Enemies hit are blocked from active skills, and Samantha recovers 2 energy for each enemy hit. Samantha can easily use this to top up her energy bar, but if you learned and are comfortable with Energy Restoration, you may consider passing on this. At rank 5, I recommend Devout Faith. Devout Faith allows Samantha to sustain against lethal damage up to 2 times per battle, so long as she has sufficient energy. While she ordinarily should avoid damage, this can also be strategically used to bait and tank against a lethal single target attack. Defense AoE reduces damage taken from active AoE attacks by 40%. This may be helpful against select boss mechanics, but Devout Faith will see more general use. At rank 7, I recommend Light of Celestial Purge. Light of Celestial Purge is a massive range dispel, dispelling 3 buffs from enemies and 3 debuffs from allies, while dealing a minor amount of AoE damage. In scenarios where you may be struggling with ally debuffs and enemy buffs, this can offer some reprieve. Battle Flag of Papal States is a non-unique leader's aura, only increasing attack and defense to Papal States allies with no special additional effects. This loses value when you have Karis in your roster. At rank 9, your options are Invigorating Strike or Merciful Strike. Invigorating Strike recovers 1 energy after attacking, granting 1 additional energy for Pious Prayer or Devout Faith until her next turn. Merciful Strike increases the effect of Samantha's next healing skill by 15%, lasting for 2 turns. Both basic attack options have their use cases, either having more energy to perform out-of-turn healing or buffing her active healing. You cannot go wrong with either option. If you cannot decide, consider selecting based on the HP or defense stat gain. My pick here is Invigorating Strike. At rank 11, I recommend Sacred Sanctuary. Sacred Sanctuary is Samantha's signature ability, granting all allies within 5 tiles a powerful damage reduction 3 buff, and currently the only external healing received buff for 2 turns. Additionally, for 1 turn, the range of her trait expands to 5 tiles and the energy consumption is cancelled. This is a great skill to set up proactively when you anticipate major AoE damage on your party. The Protected is a passive skill that can increase Samantha's overall damage, healing, and mitigation. She can easily maintain the buff and debuff requirements, but Sacred Sanctuary grants greater utility, and you may struggle with finding a skill slot for the Protected. This is my general build recommendation. In this build, you actively maintain an energy pool with Invigorating Strike and Energy Restoration. Radiant Stamp is used to always have access to an AoE heal. Your flexible skill slot can be whatever best fits the battle situation. Soul Soothing for an active single target healing skill, Light of Celestial Purge for Dispel utility, or Sacred Sanctuary to cushion critical damage points. For weapon recommendations, consider Reorganized Cube to increase healing and add Dispel utility to her support skills. I deeply recommend Reorganized Cube for the Dispel utility. Starry Sky Heritage is fine for general use, but it should eventually be replaced by Reorganized Cube. For some trinket options, Devout Faith can easily be shut down if Samantha is blocked from healing, so consider Cooling Powder to maintain active healing on herself. Consider Fancy Hat to protect Samantha's skill economy and usage, or Spring Pill is also a fair option to add some self-sustain and self-cleansing to Samantha as well. You will primarily play Samantha as a support unit. Any other trinkets that increase attack or offer mitigation can be considered, but may be preferred by other units. For some tarot recommendations, Mercy of the High Priestess is a fine option to increase healing output. Because Samantha can frequently provide out-of-turn healing with Pious Prayer, and with long skill cooldowns on Light of Celestial Purge and Sacred Sanctuary, Guidance of the World is a reasonable option for additional energy recovery and cooldown reduction. In scenarios where you require additional Dispel utility, consider Elegance of the Empress to regularly support allies with debuff conversion. Course of Fortune is a versatile and hybrid option for damage, healing, mitigation, and energy recovery. For some engraving options, Cup and Wand supports Samantha with energy conservation, and the cooldown reset can benefit several of her skills. That said, do your best to prioritize engraving resonance on the highest energy cost and/or longest cooldown skills, such as Sacred Sanctuary. Double Cup is a fine option to increase healing effects and healing received as well. To provide some composition and usage tips, Pious Prayer allows Samantha to provide immediate reactive healing against single target attacks, so long as she has an energy pool. Pious Prayer may not top up allies, but she is capable of keeping allies alive. Party formation and assisting cover may be important to protect Samantha from damage. However, a possible setback of Pious Prayer is that you cannot control who is being healed. If an ally is blocked from receiving healing, Samantha can end up wasting energy and trigger Pious Prayer multiple times. It will be important to supplement Samantha with Reorganized Cube and/or Elegance of the Empress when facing this debuff. Lastly, Samantha is part of the Papal States and Aggression categories. Consider building a team with her using Karis's or Nona Will's leaders' auras. For external category buffs, Karis's Radiant Guidance offers a strong aura to increase damage dealt and reduce damage taken. This is less useful for Samantha's healing, but for any other Papal States allies, Samantha can support the buff count with Radiant Stamp and Sacred Sanctuary. Nona Will's Aggression Aura provides 10% skill damage to all aggression allies. This is less useful for Samantha's healing, but can still make her few damaging skills stronger. That concludes this character guide. If you have any feedback to share with me, please leave a comment below. I'm open to listening and being wrong. I'm another player improving and learning more about Sword of Convallaria just like you are. Remember, if you find conflicting information to other guides or content creators, then that means there are multiple ways to build a character and still achieve success. Finally, my social media contacts are displayed here to connect with me as well. Last but not least, I want to credit and shout out these resources for helping me put together this character guide. Voyage Memento for character build samples and reference links, the No Potion fan site for skill images and skill descriptions, and the Billy Game site for character art assets. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.